if you're a financial advisor out there right now and you're looking out the next 3, 5, 10 years with where this thing's going, you mentioned AI earlier. What would you be thinking about? What questions would you be asking yourself if you were a founder out there?
Yeah, it does depend a lot on the advisor's model. I mean, we work with RIA aggregators and we work with single practitioners. And so those things do change what types of questions I think I'd be asking and the type of work I would be doing. But I'll try to stick with what I think applies to everybody as much as I can, which is consumer expectations are really changing and they're changing fast and they're very high. And most advisors' experiences aren't up to that level. And so regardless of what stage of business you're at, the technology stack that makes everything really easy for clients, the account opening process and the reporting and the servicing, and then the relevancy of the communications. I'll just put it in a marketing context for a minute. What if you have clients that are getting your newsletter and you're including things that aren't relevant to them because it's for a different age group or for a different life stage or for different goals? They start tuning it out because they realize it's not relevant. That happens every day with advisor newsletters. So what's a simple example of how to do it better? Well, when you have good technology that has your lists segmented and people have the option to subscribe to certain things and unsubscribe from other things, and you're asking them for their preferences up front and tailoring it, and then you're using AI to make that content more personalized, all of a sudden now what they're getting is relevant, performance is better. Or you have clients who don't check email, but they text. We just talked about that earlier. What are you doing to
Mm-hmm.
make it possible for them? Or, they don't want to come in and wet sign. Why don't you have a digital account opening experience? Or, there's a myriad set of examples like that. So consumers expect things fast, accurate, easy, high quality. And everything in your business needs to be looked at through that lens. And the advisors who don't have that will not grow as fast. They also won't have as much scale. And the price of advice is under pressure. So how are you going to make sure that you're not a victim of that? Probably by figuring out how to scale your business more effectively. And so regardless of what stage I'm at, probably today, I'd be thinking about where am I going to get my scale from? How am I going to create a really great experience end to end for new clients and existing clients? And then, lastly, we live in a society where human connection is threatened. People are lonely, lonelier than ever. The pandemic really created some weird consequences. I saw an article recently about the new Apple enhanced reality goggles. I forget the name of them
Mm.
already. But it said,
Oh, they look like ski masks and they're all over YouTube right now, but yeah, we'll throw it in the
it,
show notes.
yeah, I forget the name of them, but the headline was bullish on Apple, bearish on society. And
Mm.
that stuck with me, of course, as a marketer, but I think about that. People are craving real connections, and the advisory relationship is a really special type of relationship. It's based on trust. You you have a doctor. That relationship has to be based on trust because they're doing surgery on you. They know intimate details about you. Your future health is in their hands. It's very akin to a financial advisory relationship. You're dealing with complex emotions. You're dealing with their future financial stability. And so that is the edge we have. Real human connections based on trust and intimacy. So I think that's the balance, that's the counterpoint to my earlier comment about technology and experience at scale. How do you forge meaningful connections? How do you maintain meaningful connections? How do you scale the human side of advice? And if you can do that, what you'll find is that people are going to respond to you because they're not getting that other places. Everybody's sort of being relegated to this like cold, faceless world. if you can create a warm, safe place for people where they feel that connection, you're going to draw clients in. They're going to trust you. They're going to refer to you, and technology can make that more possible. And I've told a lot of people, they ask me, how do you define marketing? What's marketing? And I say, it's human connection at scale. Human connection at scale. So those are the things when I think about the future: stronger, more meaningful connections through technology and a great experience. That's the firm of the future. That's the advisor of the future.